Hello from Scotland. I'm on a practice hike. I'm going to do the Rob Roy Way backwards. Today is a practice hike. I'm out with all my gear. The main thing I'm wanting to test is how much food I should probably bring and how I should layer. In my bag, I have 2.5 liters of water, my thermos of soup, some sandwiches, a power bank, a flashlight, and a head torch because when it gets dark out here, it gets dark. Chapstick, a compass, some tweezers, and then I threw my phones in there like as a last second thought. I also had some protective measures on me and ended up carrying my hat in my pack for like 95% of the trip. So right now I'm just on some back roads and working towards another back road that I know goes on for a very long time. It's a really lovely, misty day. It's perfect for a hike in Scotland. The hike between Pitlochry to Aberfeldy is rated as hard, so I'm grateful for any steep hills I'm hitting today to help gauge my endurance. I've been moving up all this time. My route has already changed a couple of times because I didn't really have a destination. I've been going up this hill for about a mile now, and I'm still going up. Over the last couple of years, I've been building myself up more and more in outdoor experiences and then solo outdoor experiences. Now that I'm in Scotland, where nothing wants to kill me, I intend to really push myself to that next step of getting out by myself and going far, and hopefully even within the next season build myself up to camping on my own. The scariest thing out here is the cars. Drivers are used to it, and I've already become very jaded to having this much room to get away from a moving vehicle. This may be about the top of the hill, but I mean, all around me goes up. The road in front of me goes up. I passed a footpath to my right, because that down there is Pitlochry, and it led down to there and to around the loch. I'm actually going to go further on because I know that this really gets out into the country, and while my energy, my water, my food, my battery, while all these things are high, I want to test how I feel kind of out in sticks. It's pheasant season, and you can see in that field that speck. I'm almost positive that's a pheasant. And then look at that nice castle down there. I'm moving up again. Doesn't stop. I'm really stumped by this field. There's like turnips spread throughout the entire field. And I'm wondering if they're put there to put that nutrients back into the soil. Just a bunch of turnips. That is starting to look more Highlands. In terms of time, it's now 3:35 and my watch paused for, I'd say, at least a quarter mile, unbeknownst to me, of course. And it is saying that I've gone 1.8 miles and that I've been hiking for 47 minutes. I'm pretty sure I left an hour ago, so I'm gonna guess I've done about 2 miles. I also didn't start an activity on my watch until about 10 minutes after I left. I was tracking myself on a more reliable source, but I stopped it out of the fear that it was using data. 2 miles an hour is my goal. I think I'm hitting that goal. And I've literally been walking uphill this whole stinking time. So there's this that comes off of the road. I'm gonna go on this because I don't like how small and bendy the road is. There's a right to roam. So as long as it doesn't say private, I can come up here. And hopefully it goes on a while. I think it's a tree farm. There's some kind of like small hawk on that pile. Look at that. What are you? So that log pile was the end of the road, but this looks like something. There's definitely something, whether it's just deer or people who helped make this. Oh, there we go. Dog and boot footprint. So I am not the only one up here. Somebody slipped. It's definitely a stretch. It's unnerving. I think the thing is like, it's so wild. Like, for as safe as it is, you really do feel like you're in a really rugged place, a really old place, but it doesn't feel dangerous. Like, there really is an air of comfort. It has a very grandfatherly feel to it. I love these trees. The deception of Scotland is that you are alone. The reality is you're never far from anyone. Up the hill. I've got little trees on my right, big trees on my left, and in the middle there's this really old stone wall. I'm at the top of the hill and there's some benches. For half a second I thought maybe they were to cross this old stone wall, but I don't think so. I think they're just benches at the top of the hill, and I'm almost to the edge of this tiny forest. I personally prefer when I can see really far around me. Yeah, there is the end of Outer Woods. I'm sorry, I can't do a Scottish accent. I think I'm high enough now that I'm in the clouds, because that's the edge of a hill and I can't see down it. I can barely make out a ridge beyond that, and then all around me it's getting quite misty, and it looks like it's not quite rain. It looks more like fog, because I was seeing fog up on the mountains, and I mean, I've been walking up for like an hour and a half, so I'm assuming I'm getting pretty high. Merging over into just a huge, it doesn't show on camera. Before me is a huge gray and brown landscape, and I am the only thing in it, and it's scary. Okay, maybe you can make it out. There's a vehicle over there. That's the road where I was heading, and the path continues along this way. My mind is messing with me. I definitely feel a little bit unnerved, but I'm grateful for it, because this is going to be tomorrow. If I want to go 9 miles out into the middle of nowhere by myself, I'd better be prepared for what it feels like. You know what it is also? It's the mist. If it was sunny right now, I think I'd feel 50% better. But There's something about that really heavy moodiness that I love, but it also, it just really adds. Look at her. Look at that. 14% decline. That's what I've been walking up. Now that I'm not back in the field by myself, let me tell you what freaked me out. My two biggest fears out here, one is rational, one is irrational. One is that I'm gonna find a bog body. The second one is deer. Because I was up there and I was like, deer are my only issue. The only thing would be if it was rutting season, and that's in autumn. And then I realized it was autumn. And then I was also out here thinking that I was in the clouds. Maybe. But if I'm in the clouds, so is everyone else. It is misting, not quite raining. So I've walked about an hour and 50 minutes now. My watch says I've only walked for an hour and 28 minutes. It says I've done 3.1 miles and it hasn't been on the whole time. The luxury I have right now is going downhill for so long. Here comes tractor. Ooh. I want to give you a little bit more peace of mind about my not having clearance. Even when cars are coming from the opposite way and not going to be in my lane, I stop and I stare them down. I'm constantly making a plan for what happens if it really felt like someone was spinning out and they were not going to be able to avoid me or something. It's like defensive walking, you know? So I thought that other more reliable tracker had turned off, but turns out I hadn't actually stopped it properly and I'm not even mad about it. So it says that I've been walking for just under an hour and 50 minutes and I've gone just over 4.5 miles with over 900 feet of elevation gain. I'm realizing that 9 miles tomorrow is not going to be the endeavor I thought it was, even if we're facing some hills. Yay, I've just reached the footpath to Pitlockery. So this is like a super old walking path, so that's so cool. I think that's a pheasant. And a pheasant? Yes, it is a pheasant. It might be dead. I don't feel confident that it's alive. Oh, it's alive! It's alive! Gah! Gah! Pheasant! Pheasant! Run! Oh, that's so cool! Vales on my left, mountains on my right. I love it so much. Favorite food right now is mushroom soup. We got these little instant soup packets. They're just so tasty and they're so warming. It's the best. It's just the best. Right now in my pack I have 3 one piece of bread folded in half, peanut butter kind of style sandwiches, peanut butter honey, and my thermos of mushroom soup. I forgot about it. 1 mile path to Mullen, path to Pitlockery, 3/4 of a mile, path to Black Spout, which is I think where I came from, and then path to Erador, which is where I definitely did just come from. It's really tempting to go to Mullen just because it's farther away. You know what? I'm going to Mullen. So once again, we've got this path to Pitlockery, not telling me how far, path to Mullen. Looks like I'm gonna go through some fields. It's potatoes. I'm guessing they haven't been harvested. I'm coming into Mullen now, but what's hitting me as I am is how if I did this walk a couple hundred years ago, walking into Mullen wouldn't look any different. First field I have to go in with creatures. It's so tempting just to keep going farther away. Mullen Path Kinnyard, another half mile that way. Path to Mullen, half mile that way. You know what? I'm gonna have to backtrack all of this eventually. So I'm just gonna go straight today, but it's really nice to know I could just get myself in a total mess. Hi guys. Oh, sheep are big. This has really been a whole adventure in itself, and I feel like I've discovered so many more places to go. So my footpath has split off in multiple directions. Most of it goes that way, one of it goes that way, one of it goes around that ruin. I'm assuming I go this way. I just suddenly got orientated and I'm so thrown. If I'm wrong, I'll let you know. I chose correctly. It's 3/4 mile back to Pitlochry, and I'm just going along the road where there's a sidewalk, which is such a gift. Earlier I said that I thought I knew where I was, and I still think I do. So I've now been walking for about 2 hours and 50 minutes, and I've gone about 6.7 miles. I think this is a really interesting point because I don't necessarily feel so much more tired, but I just feel like things are starting to slow down. I can't believe I've already added another hour. I feel like I should have done more miles, although I'm already almost to 7, and I really want to see myself get to that 9 point. I'm gonna have a sandwich. I think that will really help me out because, like I said, I don't feel tired as much as I just feel like a bit lulled. So that is the crazy good curry place that Josiah and I went for my birthday, which means I am just up the hill from Pitlochry. I made it to Main Street Pitlochry, walked through the bus station, and now I'm on a bit of a back road to some paths that go down around the lock. My watch is saying, not completely, yeah, see, literally paused, but paused on 4:44. That's crazy. Look at that. So yeah, I don't trust that. So I've done about 7.7 miles. I'm getting to 10. And I'm tempted to even just walk laps around the lock. Like, not the whole thing clearly, but like around the bridges. The adventure side of my walk feels over. But blackberries. Look at these blackberries. Oh, they are late season blackberries. But there's some on there. Pitlochry Dam, 1/4 mile. What I am really grateful for is my legs feel tired, but I don't feel winded. Here's where we go cold plunging. So all down here are the salmon ladders. You can see all the way down. I am walking all along the lock, so town is all over on that side. Currently right around 8.2 miles, so I need 2 more miles, and I'm gonna end up doing more than that. Okay, I'm crossing this lovely little brook, and then stairs. About 70 stairs. That is so pretty. And it's alive. That is so cool. Got my soup out, just in time for the best part of the walk. I don't know if it's just that I always love where I am, but this has been my favorite part of the hike so far, which is really pleasant because it tells me it doesn't matter if my legs hurt, it's not actually going to stop me at all from the enjoyment side of things. I just saw a sign that said 3/4 of a mile back to the dam this way. So to be honest, I made a wrong turn and it ended me at a graveyard. So I'm walking back. I see what I did wrong. Here, this goes back down to the dam. So I just got a message from Josiah that he's here, and he was gonna pick me up from where we do our cold plunges. So I'm across this field, and then I am done. Okay. There he is. I'm back in the car with Zai. I ended up walking for 4 hours and 12 minutes for 10.34 miles and over 12,000 feet of elevation gain.
Not 12,000 feet, 1,200.
1,200. Thank you. Yeah, 1,200 feet over of, yeah, that would have been really severe. So we're gonna go home now and have more soup.